Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving the 2025 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro. Up front is a 2.4 liter turbocharged inline-4 as well as a hybrid system, and down below is an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving this TRD Pro Tacoma for two reasons. First of all, Toyota has flown me down here to California to drive, well, the new 4Runner, but they had one of these and they said, hey, do you want to bring that back to the hotel? And I said, sure, and I got a review out of it. The second reason is the fact that this has some very interesting seats, has some very interesting specs, and this truck can jump. So we will talk about all of that a little bit later on. But if you would like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zackpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you would like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month, as well as exclusive audio content where I'll be covering the entire trip that I've been on down here in San Diego. But let's get back to that 2.4 liter turbo hybrid under the hood. Well, that is the iForce Max system from Toyota, and you'll find that in the Tacoma TRD Pro, but also the upgraded upper trims of the 4Runner and vehicles of such. It makes 326 horsepower, which is fantastic. However, we don't get the lovely boost noises that the Trail Hunter got because we no longer have a snorkel. Now, when I had a press loan of the Trail Hunter, I got about 19 miles to the gallon, so you can expect a similar number out of the TRD Pro. Like I said, paired to it is an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's fine, it's doing the job. I don't love it, I don't hate it, it does the job, and I have no complaints. And last but not least, the Tacoma is 4-wheel drive, and we'll talk about how to select that a little bit later on. How does it feel to drive the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro? Well, it drives like most other Tacomas. There's nothing really too special. This does have adjustable shocks, which is very, very nice to see. But beyond that, again, nothing terribly special. Visibility is good. Ride quality isn't amazing, but it's also not terrible. Having just driven the Toyota 4Runner, the 4Runner handles and drives a lot nicer. So that is something to note. But I've also been driving it off-road, and like I said, this thing will fly. The Toyota team was gracious enough to send it through the air for a couple of shots for us, so here it is. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have a completely digital dashboard. Now, Toyota has been known for doing this as of recent, and I've been known for not particularly loving it. I think it's a little bit clustered. I think it's a little bit busy. On the steering wheel, on the left, we have our selectors, go back, volume, and voice commands, and off to the right, we have our adaptive cruise, as well as our skip track. Off to the left, we have a climate control vent, headlight levelers, gauge dimmer switch, gas cap release, automatic high beams, traction control, 120 volt outlet, rear tailgate release, 4 auxiliary switches, our bed light, and our TRD light bar. On the door, we have our power mirrors, power locks, and power windows. And moving into the center, we do get a JBL speaker up at the very top. Very interesting to see that. I love that because you can actually detach it and bring it certain places. You can bring it around. If you're cleaning the kitchen, you can use it for that. So that's pretty unique. Then we get our giant infotainment system. We do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as we do have a nice camera system, 360 camera. And of course, that goes out to our JBL sound system. Down below, we do have 2 climate vents, as well as our volume adjustment and our climate controls, dual zone climate, heated and ventilated seats. Love to see all of that, of course, auto climate and pretty much anything you would want. We do get a wireless charger, as well as 2 USB-Cs and a 12-volt outlet. Shifter in the center. Off to the left, we have the power parking brake, brake hold, and our 4-wheel drive, as well as our different drive modes, rock, sport, eco, that sort of thing. And then we have our trailering, camera view, rear diff lock, and our Stabilibar disconnect. So this really helps with the off-roadingness to get some better wheel movement. Then we do have cup holders, so we'll do a big frame bottle test, but like its Trail Hunter brother, it unfortunately fails. Then we do get a center console and the seats. let's talk about the seats. These were specially engineered for the TRD Pro, and they have their own suspension to, on a rough road, cut down on fatigue. Toyota did a bunch of studies and realized that eye movement is one of the biggest causes of fatigue, so they tried to rule that out. And a funny story I wanted to share was that I actually talked to the engineers of the TRD Pro, and they had a test mule to test if the seats would work. It was a Toyota Prius. So somewhere in Japan, there was a Prius with these seats in it. How do they work? I don't notice them. I don't notice them being any particularly cushier, maybe a little bit. Honestly, to me, the downsides outweigh the positives. You get a lot less rear seat room that we'll talk about, and you don't get any front rear recline. So where there's normally a recline button, it's just a piece of chunky plastic. So let's hop into the back and do a back seat review. So here's the thing. With my seat the way it is, I can't even fit my legs back here. These suspension seats, as cool as they are, dramatically cut down on rear seat space. This might as well be a single cab, two-seater truck. Now, I did sit back here earlier, but I had to move the chair up so far. See, now I can fit back here, but I don't think I could comfortably drive with the seat in that position. This is not good. If you want to carry people in your Tacoma, do not get these, although very cool, suspension seats. They're not worth it. Let's hop into the back. We'll talk about the bed real quick, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, around the back of the Tacoma, we do have the buttons here on the side for the tailgate, which is a power tailgate. Once we are back here, we do get a little 12-volt outlet as well as USB-C. Some vehicles do have an air compressor like the Trail Hunter. This does not, and we do get a wall outlet as well. This is the 5-foot bed, so it's not a crazy large bed, but it is a truck bed, and we can hit the button here to go right back up. Not the craziest hauler, but very nice to see. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and I love the look of this TRD Pro. I think it looks fantastic. Really, really enjoy that. Love the white color, love the red accents. Fake hood scoop I could take or leave, but you know, it is what it is. What are my final thoughts driving this TRD Pro Tacoma? I've driven several other Tacomas here on the channel. This isn't anything new, but this is a new trim level. This is the top dog. This is what you want. Well, honestly, I could take it or leave it. I think the seats are very gimmicky and not very helpful. And I think that this truck is very expensive. Is this a cool, bad butt truck? Yeah, of course it is. And do I like it? Of course I do. But I do think that it is kind of getting a little bit gaudy. There's a few parts in here that I don't necessarily need. And for $63,000, gosh, I don't know. Now, to be fair, the Tacoma Trail Hunter was actually more expensive, but at least that made fun turbo noises that gave me a giggle. This just feels like everything is just kind of bolted on. I like the Tacoma. I enjoy the powertrain. I enjoy the nice features that it gives me, and I like Toyotas. But this to me just kind of feels like one of those diamond-encrusted burgers. That's cool. But why do I need that? I don't need that. Just give me a beef patty, American cheese, a little bit of lettuce, tomato, and a sesame seed bun. Call it a night. So honestly, for me, I would buy the TRD off-road. It's more affordable, has decent enough options, is handsome, and I like it. But if you want to shoot for the moon, here's the TRD Pro. I guess you could do that too. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Toyota for having me out here to California to be driving not only the Tacoma TRD Pro, but of course, like I mentioned, the Toyota 4Runner. It's been an absolutely wonderful event, and I appreciate them very, very much. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. I gotta get out of California, man. This state is on fire. Take a look at what I mean. Do you mind if I pull off and take some shots of this on the way home?
Not at all. Just be careful because there is a massive fire over that hill. Massive.
Massive fire?
Yeah. So I would probably get out of Dodge first. Make sure they don't shut the highway down because these winds, it's probably electrical, something else. But it's a big one, man. as the crow flies, maybe 15, 20 miles.
Yeah,
I would
I'll get out of
probably
here.
Focus on the travel home first, just because of that. Because I'm worried about if the wind shifts and shoves it your way, I'd rather you get home first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we got you out of here in vehicle 17. Okay. Bye, guys. So don't be scared or anything. I think you're all right. But I would probably focus, make that the priority right now. Just in case that wind shifts.
Yeah.
And comes from this direction, it'll come across. And so,
Sir, yes, sir.
yeah, man.
All right.
Safe.
Will do. Okay, there's a fire approaching. So... Oh, I see the smoke. Holy sh**. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh my God. Holy sh**. California's on fire. Holy sh**.